To not waste your time right away, I will ask you just one question. On a scale from 1 to 10, how happy are you with your life? If your answer is 10, then congratulations, you don't need to watch this video, but if your rating is less than 10, then this video will have a lot for you. In this video, I want to collect a few really important tips that should become your next challenge. And if you want, we can go through these challenges together and later talk about how they changed you. Everything I share here is only my point of view. First of all, I do this to remind myself and put these thoughts into my own head. And second, to remind you once again that life is not such a complicated thing. In most cases, we are the ones who don't allow ourselves to enjoy it fully. This video is not just another motivational YouTube video from some successful guy who achieved everything in his life. This is a video from a person who is right now in an absolutely horrible life situation, but also from a person who didn't give up and who at this very moment is rebuilding his own beliefs and settings that were created at different points in life. I don't want to motivate you. What I want is to help you understand that your current situation is not a death sentence. It's just temporary difficulties that you can definitely go through. You only need to stop for a moment and allow yourself to think about your life and ask, is it really your life? Reaching my middle years, I went deep into reading psychology and motivational books. The authors of these books pretty much repeat each other. Believe in yourself, dream and go for your dream, don't try to please others, allow yourself to accept wealth. All of this way already written many times and will be written again, because every new motivational book often becomes a bestseller, especially if its author spends a few days living on the street or grew up in a poor family. But in my own journey from book to book, I noticed that one pretty annoying pattern that I'm still working on. This pattern is the thoughts they are already successful, rich and happy, and you're just sitting on a chair with a book thinking, what if it works? But if we think from the author's point of view, the words what if it works are already a huge mistake, because you're not giving yourself a command to move forward and succeed. You're only giving yourself a chance that maybe something will work out. And most often, after closing the book, the majority of losers like me just go back into their same boring, failing, routine life. But now, with one extra thought in the head. Other people manage to succeed, but somehow you are still not reaching anything. And then this goes on and on from book to book. You read a book, you find a cool insight, and right away you run to share it on your social media, just to get quick validation from another motivator who already prepared a different quote from another book. And so life continues like this year after year. What about those long evening talks about life with beautiful motivational statements like, tomorrow we start, this time for real? No, nobody starts anything, and so it goes day after day, week after week. Years go by and we see another rich and successful businessman on YouTube saying it's finally time to get up and do something. You go to his page and see that just 3 years ago he was the same kind of motivator posting motivational quotes. At least someone made it, you think, and go back to your stupid, useless life, because you're sure you will never make it. Never. You don't know how to do anything. You are not interested to anyone. Tomorrow you'll go back to your job and live the same life full of wishes that will forever stay only wishes. Why would you get even try to change? Why do you need a business? Why do you need to create something? Look, there are already so many rich and successful ones out there, so do you think there's still enough money left for you? Of course, there is. But who will you believe? The guy lying to you on YouTube saying you can do it too? Or the person who never even tried? Because everyone around is just another scammer. You don't want to be another liar selling books or courses, right? You're honest. Tomorrow at 9 a.m. don't forget to show up at your job. So tell me, how happy are you on scale from 1 to 10? 8? 3? 0? You can be completely unhappy, sitting and complaining about your debts, about your boss, or about not even having a job. Postal workers go on strike again and you can get your Costco coupons. And why are they striking? Because they get paid too little, man. And why do they get paid too little? Because working at the post office you can barely afford anything without credit. Because as long as you keep working for someone else, you will never be the one who rates his happiness at 10 out of 10. Rich assholes from TV you scream and then grab a book written by one of these assholes while lying in bed. If you rate your happiness at 3 out of 10, what should happen so you can add just one more point? Maybe you need to get promoted, so you can save even more money for retirement. And if you actually live to that age, you'll be able to afford a few more cruises. Great, now I'm a 4 out of 10. That's pure joy, that's pride, right? What about raising your happy life rating even higher? What do you need then? A BMW button credit? I really doubt that the people who don't watch this video because they are already 10 out of 10 happy, that they're happy only because they live in a giant mansion and have millions in the bank. No, I think successful, independent people don't even get suggested videos about motivation by YouTube algorithm. Why would they? Everything is already just fine for them. So you still didn't close this video. Good. Then let's talk in a bit of a different tone and finally understand why we are not like them and at what moment they decided to stop being like us. And we'll do this in a short breakdown of a few principles that are written again and again in all those books about successful success. The first and most important one, you bury yourself as deep as you decided to. Yes, life without money and with debts is not fun. But since when did money and wealth become the main condition for being happy? You don't need a bank account with a number full of zeros to allow yourself to feel good. The ability to smile and cheer yourself up with kind words has no price. You can't buy someone who will wake up every morning instead of you and tell you that you deserve to be happy and that you have everything you need to make this day better than yesterday. So, first of all, you just need to calm down and allow yourself to feel good. Or the opposite, if you feel sad, then give yourself permission to be sad. And that's a completely healthy state for a human being. Like they say, don't let one bad day ruin your whole life. It's only one day. When you learn to be happy without conditions, then you'll actually be able to create wealth out of thin air, because you will no longer tie your mood to money. Next, learn once and for all how to listen to yourself and talk with yourself. This is one of the most valuable skills, but today it's almost erased from our habits because of social media and all the constant noise around us. Turn off your damn smartphone and sell your TV. Spend at least 30 minutes a day alone with yourself, in silence. Go for a 30-minute walk, no music, no phone, just you and yourself, and have a talk. You'll learn so much about yourself after even one of these walks. Motivational speakers won't make you happy. They can only help you to direct attention, show you how it worked for them. But what about you? Your life will only look the way you decide with yourself, because there is no motivator more powerful for you than you. Keep that in mind. Plan. God, how I hate this word. I can't plan. I don't want to plan. I live with the flow and whatever happens, happens. They keep telling us, plan in your heads how your life will look in 5 or 10 years. And yeah, it makes sense, but I don't want to use the word plan. Prefer to use the words dream and visualize. Yes, that I love. Visualize your dream, visualize your life, learn some basic design skills and design your dream house, your dream office, your dream sauna if you're that kind of person. Then when someone asks if you have a plan, you do. The existence of your future house project and your constant updates to it is an amazing life hack for your future happiness. Try it, it works. Sometimes you don't even understand by what magic you managed to reach what you once wrote in your notebook 4 or 10 years ago. Deal? let's move on. And you don't need friends. Actually, you don't need anyone to be happy. It doesn't matter if you're an introvert or extrovert. You don't need anyone else for happiness. I'm not saying you should leave your family and kick out the cat, but I'm saying is your happiness depends only on you, not anybody else. And don't lie to yourself. It won't work. Don't expect your partner to magically do something that changes your life. Don't expect that some old friend who made it will suddenly call you and offer to improve your life just because 20 years ago you bought him a cocktail at the party. That doesn't happen. And if it does, it's a rare exception, and usually it comes with hidden strings attached that won't make you happier. They'll drag you even deeper into the rabbit hole. So don't count on someone randomly calling you and suddenly your life takes off at such speed that you can barely hold on. That doesn't happen. Next, start doing and keep doing what you want to do. And if you haven't even started, then fuck's sake, start already. I always wanted to start a YouTube channel, but I'm afraid it won't work. Well, damn it. If you don't even start, then it's already not working. I want to start a business, but why would I open another coffee shop? There are already too many of them. Perfect. Don't open anything. Just sit there doubting yourself while someone who didn't hesitate is already writing his book about how he once took a risk and now owns a global coffee chain. How many times have you heard stories like this or read them in motivational books? Yeah. Right. It worked out for them. You're just not that lucky. I'm always surprised by the fact that most of us just ignore one simple truth. If you put in consistent effort in one direction, you will reach success. Yeah, if your niche is small, maybe you won't have millions of subscribers, maybe just tens of thousands. But I have never once seen a channel that creates real useful content and after years is still sitting there with 0 subscribers. I've never seen a business that understands its value and the problems of its clients and doesn't show steady growth. That just doesn't happen. If you're doing something that helps people, you will reach success. It's the law of energy exchange. That's just how it works. I'll stop here for now and I'll continue with this list in the next videos because, well, I still have another motivational book waiting to be read. And we, those of us who believe nothing, who think the universe will just hand us everything, we will keep on watching how new people appear around us who did make it. We'll keep blaming them, envying them, writing sad letters about how hard our life is. We'll keep asking for practical advice and then be surprised when we hear the same advice you just heard once again here in this video. Because we are useless, we are weak, and of course we are not needed by anyone. Although, wait, what the hell am I saying? I made this video for you, so thanks for watching till the end. Now go and start loving yourself, and I'll see you out there in happy life.